Hello, welcome back to Singularity Bingo. Woot woot. I've made this at a really weird time because the reality reboot brought in excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. The reality reboot has brought in some changes which are not yet reflected in the bingo card itself. So they have added some new things and then they've also taken some things out. Yes, I noticed. So I'm keeping this episode as a pre-reboot because I went through all the clips and numbered them like a week before the reboot came out. It just what happened that way, oops. So I just want to make my own life a little bit easier. So with that being said, let's get straight into it. Here are 85 things I ticked off of the Singularity bingo card list from my trip to Bergen in Norway. Starting with my hike up Ulriken, which was certainly challenging. So we start at the bottom of the mountain with wheel, because they have this cable car that can get you to the top in 4 minutes, and I said absolutely not, that is terrifying, so I walked. Speaking of walking, we also ticked off bipedal walking, which actually, knowing how I got back down the mountain, probably should have been quadrupedal walking, let's be honest, but bipedal walking. And then city, because you could see the whole city from the top of the mountain. After the hike, I popped into the Hanseatic Museum, and here I ticked off colour and pattern, cartography, concrete, sorry, and pigeons. The following day I went on a half-day fjord cruise. It was absolutely beautiful, and I ticked off Tipsy Waterworld. If you want to hear more about my actual trip and not just a bingo card, I did make one last month, 6 brilliant days in Bergen, and I highly recommend you check it out. It's up here. I'm going to get a sticker on the camera to which side I need to point, but it's up top somewhere. After the cruise I went to the Bergen Museum and I ticked off tally sticks, Great Wall, plastic, coinage, fire, trade to Europe, bone tools, dye, and loom. Next, I managed to find time for the Troll Museum, which is open late, thankfully, and I ticked off folk art, video art, and sand. Sunday was an incredibly busy day for my museum tour. I started with the Maritime Museum where I ticked off bronze, caravel ships, galleon ships, and I'm going to be so honest, I don't know the difference between them. I googled it, I didn't understand it. I asked one of the people there, do you have these two things? And they said, yes, we have both of those. So hopefully I have put them, I've put the right boats in. But they are there. I have seen them. They're there, they're done. That's good enough for me. My game, my rules. I also ticked off astrolabe, scales, and Morse code. Listen to this. The next 35 things all came from the Natural History Museum, and I love nothing more than a natural history museum. I am going to do an entire episode to the one in London because I love that place. If you have anywhere else that you think I should go, put it down in the comments, and while you're there, like this video, subscribe, all that jazz. So I started off in their deep sea exhibit with protein, large iron core, olivine, and basalt. Then in their many other exhibits we got the rest of them, starting with polar bear, elephant, fins. Now I put fins on the coelacanth because how do we not have a coelacanth? Come on. DNA storage, bees, mushrooms, galliforms, tetrapods, ostriches, crocodilia, elongated neck, speciation, processing sound. Now I'm really glad I got to do these this way and not the unfun way. So we've got salmonella, cholera, syphilis, and tuberculosis. So glad I didn't have to get all practical and hands-on with this. We have sponge, tooth tusk, narwhal, theropoda, fox, North American opossum. Not sure if it's North American, couldn't read the label, but it's a possum. Geese. And then I found the rock exhibit. I spent about an hour looking at the rocks. Amethyst. Aquamarine. Topaz. Lapis lazuli. Granite. Igneous rock, medicine. This is a bit gross, but it's cool. And marble. Once I had rinsed that museum of everything I could think of that would be on the bingo card list, I went to the Bergen Technical Museum, where we ticked off steam engine, combustion engine, and octave. Because I think this is an octave. I am deaf, so give me, some slack, but it sounded close enough to an octave. Then on the Monday, I visited the Bergen Fortress Museum, which I talked about wasn't really that interesting to me. It's interesting if you're interested in military history. I'm not really. So the only thing I got on the bingo card list here was I used the Enigma to tick off mechanical brain. Nothing against the museum itself, it's just not really my thing, and that's okay. It's somebody's thing. And then the final place I visited was Bergen Aquarium. Here I ticked off penguins, just look at these guys, flippers, whale, new media art in this immersive cube. They had to demonstrate like the impact of human waste on all depths of the ocean. Very, very cool. Glowing jellyfish. Cockroach world. Said with a question mark. Gills. Jellies. Alligator. It's an alligator gar, but close enough. Cnidocytes. I think that's how you say it. Kick. Look at this silly sausage getting absolutely booted by a crab. Sea cucumbers. Jellyfish. Basking. And isn't he basking? This crocodile, which took one look at me, jumped into the water and started doing his little nom nom dance. No thank you. Did not expect to be squared up to by a crocodile, but here we are. Whiskers, because look at this little fish. I don't know what he is, but I love him and his little whiskers. We got blubber for the sea lion, because they don't have sea lion on the bingo card. Fish world. And grouper. So with that in the pre-reboot state, I have finished about 13% of the bingo card. At my last count, there was 2,051 things on the list, and then whatever about 13% of that is, that's how many I've done. Forgot how many I've done since scripting this video, that's okay. Since the reboot has added new tiles and taken some away, that percentage might actually change, the number will change, and as we all know, they're adding new stuff all the time. So this is never going to end. The tiles that they removed, I don't believe I made any progress on them, so I might end up moving them to like a legacy chapter of the bingo card, because I feel like I want to keep them, but I want it to also be an accurate list. But I suspect they might be doing something with them in one of their future chapters. So if you've listened to any of their dev diaries or their live streams, they've talked about going beyond the terraforming Mars. And I think perhaps those might make an appearance, or they might evolve and not have those exact tiles, but something similar. Who knows? Who knows? So tune in next time, probably next year, to see the next bit of completion of the list and what I've updated on the bingo card, what I've done with the removed tiles, and all the new ones that have been added. And again, if you think there's anywhere that I should go and see so I can tick some stuff off of the bingo card, if there's any really good museums anywhere, this can be anywhere in the world, but also I'm not made of money, so I'm not literally going all the way around the world, ideally in the UK. But you know, I welcome encouragement to go other places. Put them down in the comments below. While you're there, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. You know the drill, I aim for the middle of the month. Inevitably it's always late at the end of the month, but it comes out on a Saturday at about 6 PM.